Tarot Tea Leaf and Oracle Forecast for the month of February 2019. If you would like a personal reading, a private reading, one of those incredible soulmate or twin flame readings, or to subscribe to the weekly star sign update, please go to the links in the description box below and do so through my website. Scorpio, so let's have a look inside your teacup and see what messages are showing up for you. So I made you a cup of tea, and these are the tea leaves that are left behind afterwards. A very, very busy teacup. Quite a few of the star signs are once again getting very busy teacups. I see an arrow pointing to a butterfly, which has a bit of excitement involved with it too. So there is change for the better coming that will cause excitement for you. It's near the top of your teacup, so I should imagine it is in the near future for you. Even as you are reading this, you might be already aware of this coming into your life. I see a star, which means you guaranteed success in something that you're doing. I see an interesting arrow pointing to a little field, a flower, rightio. So there's happiness. Somebody is on the road to happiness. Maybe all of you are on the road to happiness. You've kind of found your stride, the words coming in. You've heading off in a direction that you know perhaps has in the end has a successful outcome for you. That's definitely messages for some of you out there. I see a bird in flight. It's coming up in all the teacups. It's probably not surprising. News will be coming in. There's more than one bird in flight in here, and little arrows everywhere as well. And birds in flight is about news coming in. I think there's a shift happening at the moment. So I think a lot of people will be receiving news, which is sort of the pivotal point or the thing that sets this change into motion. I see a bunch of grapes, which means there will be time this month to go out and have some fun as well for some of you, which is very nice. And I see the letter T. Does that apply to anybody out there? And there is a bird in flight below it. So someone is going to get a message about somebody with the name letter T. If you're waiting for that message, you know it's going to be coming in this month. I see a bird perched. You are waiting for news. The bird is perched behind someone who has their back to them. So you feel as if somebody is not giving you the news that you want about something. But that person is sitting looking at something that looks to be two little dots. They are preoccupied with it. So perhaps the only reason you are not receiving that news at the moment is not because they're ignoring you or because they don't want to communicate with you, but because they are very preoccupied with something of their own. And once that has been dealt with, you will hear from them. All right, interesting teacup this. Okay, if we move on to your tea leaf fortune cards, you start off with a fly, which has a period of ill health and depression. I know a lot of Scorpios have been going through a bit of a tough time, some of them more tough than others. Some of them have in fact been going through physical ill health. Then the owl card says good advice from a wise person. So that kind of came in about, or is coming in about, your feeling of depression, feeling of unhappiness. You may have already found that you've been given this advice and you're following this advice. The wreath says sorrow over a loss, a fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. I have a distinct feeling that she's the one that's going to be walking out for some reason or another. She got a better job offer. She does not want that position in her business anymore. She's going to go and have babies. She's leaving the country because she wants to live somewhere else. It really, really feels like that. And you're kind of feeling the sorrow of the fact that she's going. I don't feel like it's a totally personal sorrow. I feel like it's more on many levels. You know, one is just, she's going to leave a gap behind and you've got to fill that gap now kind of feeling. Your final tea leaf card is triumph over obstacles and trouble. So that is very, very nice. Ultimately, you will triumph by the end of February. Whatever comes up with people leaving, with what illness you've been having, you're going to find by the end of February there is a huge improvement coming. And a lot of it is due to somebody's advice that you are following or will be following in the month of February. Where your relationship cards are concerned, you get release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. The card coupled with that, the oracle card says orphaned. So you feel as if you've been abandoned by your partner. This could actually genuinely be so. You could have broken up with a partner. They could have left you. You could have separated, whatever the case may be. And it's left you feeling very isolated. For others of you in relationships and partnerships which are pretty permanent, you maybe feel that division between the two of you. You know, you've been doing your own thing. You just don't feel that connection anymore. But the time has come to clear that energy. So it's a case of needing to just recognize that's the way you're feeling, and in February you're probably going to feel you want to move on from that feeling. You want to get on with your life, with your relationship life. Because the next card you get is true love. This is romance. This is the romance of a lifetime, and you get poised, the oracle card, with it. So you're actually poised in February to either rekindle a relationship that has really floundered, or you're about to bump into your true love. You're about to meet your true love. You're just on the verge of doing so. So in February, you're probably going to feel that need to clean out that old, dull, horrible energy that was either left behind from a bad breakup, or with an existing partner. It's just an old, dead donkey that can't be beaten anymore. That's just a saying, by the way. And you feel as if that needs to be gotten rid of now. It's time you left that behind and moved on. The final two cards is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and you get imagine. What is interesting about the imagine card is it always speaks about being able to manifest that which you imagine. But in this particular spread, in this particular reading, and the card it's coupled with says to me, you're about to meet somebody, if you're looking for somebody new, that really lives up to what you imagined. So you're going to feel romantically about them. They're going to be this real true love. They're going to be all the things that you imagined, which is really amazing news. And for those of you in permanent partnerships and relationships that decide, fine, you're going to move on from the old skanky energy that was left behind in the past, where your relationship's concerned, you're going to move on from that. You find your relationship rekindled. And you find that connection between the two of you is rekindled as well. You remake that connection, that bond. And it's everything you remembered it to be, that you imagined it was in the past. You can find that again. So that's the kind of relationship energy that's available for Scorpio in the month of February, which is absolutely wonderful and really good timing for the month of Valentine's Day, isn't it? For those of you that celebrate Valentine's Day in your country. Very nice reading. So the tarot cards finish up your story very nicely. The first card is choice, and the oracle card that comes with that is building blocks. So in the month of February, you realize you now can make some choices. Okay, let's move on to the next cards. We'll come back to these two. The next card is the Six of Air. When in this particular tarot deck speaks about sort of coming to a realization. It's a kind of epiphany, but it's not overnight. You've actually slowly been coming to this realization. An ongoing predicament, an ongoing situation, an ongoing pattern you realize has probably been with you for a very, very long time. It's conditioning. It's something you've learned. It's a response, a reaction. And you look at it and you wonder, does this actually help you or hinder you far too much? The Journey card kind of speaks for itself when it comes with a Yang card. It's when you come to that realization that you decide, right, now I'm going to step forth on my journey unencumbered by whatever this was. I'm going to take action now. I'm going to be the one who decides what I'm going to do next. What is interesting about all of these cards is there's a situation in your life or a thought pattern in your life or a belief in your life that you've kind of been perpetuating for a while or living out for a while. And you realize now you can't actually change the situation, but you can change how you feel about it. You can choose to embrace the good and accept the bad is the words that come with these cards. So it's a case of you look and think, well, that is the way that is. I cannot change it. I don't have the power to do so. But I do have the power to accept that can't change. I can change the fact that I'm not going to rail against it. I'm not going to be angry about it. I'm not going to take it out on other people. I'm going to step forth on my journey and I'm going to take my actions from a different place from now on with a different attitude. And so you set off on that journey with an entirely different attitude. And when you do, that is when the real journey begins, because that's when you actually get to make your choices. You're not just reacting or responding to what has been thrown in your path. It's choosing better experiences. That's the words I was looking for. You choose better experiences from now on because your attitude is different. This is going to make more sense to you as you go through this experience. So I'm going to sort of say to you, come back and listen to this reading a few times this month, even over the next few months, and you will see this is actually unfolding in your life. Quite a profound reading for you, Scorpio. You are about to make a big breakthrough in your life, which at the time won't even seem like that to you. It's not going to seem momentous, but down the line you're going to realize you made a major breakthrough in the month of February. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.